Sean Ramjagsingh, the line producer of NHL 12 at this exclusive EA Sports party in the UK HQ of EA. So NHL, there's been a lot of emphasis on the new impact system. And that seems to be a big thing across a lot of the EA titles at the moment, Madden, FIFA, NHL. Was it like an EA mandate to, this is what we've got to improve across our line of games and this is what we're going to do?
Well, our full contact physics engine is all about creating this open-ended gameplay where just anything can happen and really just modeling what happens on the ice. Our goal every year is to be as authentic as possible. And so for us, we're really trying to move away from the canned animations and just have it so that, whatever happened in the real world with real-world physics happens on the ice.
Rightio. So let's talk a little bit about it. The physics, the AI anticipation, and of course the goalies and all the stuff all the little things that spark off from there.
Yeah. So three big things for us this year. What we're calling our hat trick of gameplay innovation. So our anticipation AI, where the players can think for themselves. Our full contact physics, where size and strength really matter with the physics, and then our dynamic goalies, where the goalies are live for the first time. You can bump them, you can nudge them, and they can fight. So anticipation AI is really exciting for us because in the past, NHL 11, for example, the players didn't know they were on offense until their teammates had the puck, and then they'd all change to an offensive state. That's not the way the best players in the world play. They anticipate their teammates about to pick the puck up, and they get themselves into a good scoring position or a good passing position to create scoring opportunities. So players like Ovechkin now will anticipate their teammates about to pick the puck up, put themselves in a great position, and then go on from there. And the same thing defensively as well. Guys like a Zetterberg or a Datsuk, who are really smart defensive players, will anticipate where a pass is going to go, intercept it, and counterattack. So, the anticipation AI really allows players to think for themselves.
And it does, with that, this anticipation, again, like, things with FIFA, there's, defensive anticipation and stuff like that. Does the game run on a similar engine? What are the mechanics behind it?
Both FIFA and us are both trying to really push the boundaries and raise the bar every single year. Yeah. So we, work closely with the FIFA team. We talk about different ideas and the way things work. And, some of our engineers have gone over to work on FIFA and vice versa. So the two of us really work closely together and really push each other to create the best game possible for both of us.
Right, yeah. Do you play each other on each other's platforms in the, in the office?
There's some healthy competition every year, both, both playing the game and in terms of Metacritic scores and, which game does the best. Yeah, absolutely.
Rightio. Okay, so now a new feature is the Legends system. So tell us who's in there and what was the motivation to bring that into the game?
Yeah, so really excited about Legends in NHL 12. So it's the first time ever we're including Legends. It allows us to really allows us and our fans out there to answer the age-old question of how the great players in the past would fare in today's NHL. Yeah. So we have players like Gretzky, Lemieux, Gordie Howe in there. Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios, Ray Bork, Boris Salming, goalie as well with Patrick Waugh. Yeah. And you can play with those players in any one of our game modes, so whether it be Play Now or Hockey Ultimate Team, or put them into your Be a GM. And we also have our Be a Legend mode, where you can play with each of those players and play through their entire career and see if they do better or worse than they did in their career.
Rightio. And one of the other cool features of the game is the breaking glass. Now, it is a cool thing, but it's kind of something that doesn't happen all that often in the real league. So in the game, is it still like a rare occurrence to really keep that excitement and impact of it? Yeah,
so the breaking glass is just an extension of the full contact physics engine. So making sure that everything on the ice is dynamic and can whatever would happen in real life happens on the ice. But we also wanted to extend that beyond just the ice surface, because hockey is one of the unique sports that has boards and glasses, the perimeter. And on big hits, you get a big guy hitting a smaller guy. Yeah. That high force will sometimes break the glass. So occasionally in our game this year, the glass will break. Along the lines of making everything live, we also have the ability for the nets to come off this year. Yeah. You can hit guys into the bench. You'll see players on the bench reacting, the coach reacting. So again, just everything around the ice and on the ice being completely live.
So in capturing all of that, all these collisions, all that sort of stuff, what type of modelling and what kind of work goes into really making that as authentic as possible?
Well, to make it authentic, what we would have done in the old days is say, okay, we want the glass to break in this specific situation and have all these parameters and then trigger this canned animation. Mm-hmm. With the physics, what it allows us to do is just model the real world. So we have an engineer on our team who does strictly physics, and his job is to take real world physics, what would happen in the real world, and make it happen on the ice. So look at the size and the strength and the direction players are going and the point of impact and how, and the direction they're both going, and then, just let the physics play out like it would in real life.
And not to keep going back to the whole FIFA analogy thing, but NHL really is becoming, for ice hockey, that sort of a title. there's a lot of licenses and things like that. Will there be any more added in the future?
Any more license added in the future?
Yeah.
So we're always looking for different ways to expand and different ways to reach new fans with our game. So we'll see what the future holds, but we're always looking to expand and looking to get more people to experience the hockey product.
Okay, no worries. And one of my last questions is just a personal one, really. But in the Creation Centre, you can create your team. You can choose to put them into an NHL season. I've always wondered why the team that you replace them with, why those players are never available as free agents, for your new team that you've put in. And also, if you say you're Vegas and you take a team out of, I don't know, Nashville or something, well, they're not there anymore now, but, you took them out and they were an Eastern Conference team, not a Western Conference team. Is that going to be fixed, or is that still just part of the game?
So that's the way it'll work. That's the way it will work for this year, but we're always, again, looking for new ways to give people more options and different ways to play the game so they can experience what they want. So that's something we'll be definitely looking at for the future. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.